The Istanbul City Circuit, located in Turkey, hosts the 14th round of the Formula One season for 2020. Just 4 races remain in the Formula One campaign of this rescheduled year. For the first time since 2011, it's the Turkish Grand Prix, and it provides Lewis Hamilton with his first opportunity to win a 7th world title. In 2 weeks' time, we are off to Bahrain for the Bahrain Grand Prix. A week later, it's the Shakir Grand Prix on the Outer Loop circuit, followed by the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix on the 13th of December. Lewis Hamilton stands his first chance of winning the 2020 season. He sits on 282 points. Bottas is 197. If Hamilton scores more than 7 more points than Valtteri, he's a 7-time champion. Max Verstappen, well, he's in a battle of his own, really. So it's now looking between Daniel Ricciardo, Charles Leclerc, Sergio Perez, Lando Norris, Carlos Sainz, Alexander Albon, Pierre Gasly, all in the top 10, fighting for 4th in the championship. On the second page, well, it's then we see Lance Stroll still in the fight with Gasly, just a little bit further behind. Ocon really in 12th place, languishing on his own. And then Danny Kvyat is 13th, and in his worst season in Formula One, Sebastian Vettel is down in 14th place with just 18 points. Nico Hülkenberg, though, still 15th on 10. 4 points apiece for the Alfa Romeo boys. Raikkonen ahead of Giovinazzi, 2 for Grosjean, 1 for Magnussen, and sadly no points on the board for Williams of Latifi or Russell. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes have done it. They were crowned as 7 times champion last time out at Imola. And now Red Bull, well, they've secured in 2nd place, but it's the battle for 3rd. Renault, McLaren, Racing Point, all within a point of each other. The race there is hotting up. Renault 135, McLaren, Racing Point 134. Ferrari is 6th. Yes, 6th on 103. AlphaTauri 89, 8 points for Alfa Romeo, 3 points for Haas, and no points on the board for Williams. It's first practice for the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix here in Istanbul. Let's take a look around the 5.338 kilometre circuit of Istanbul Park. 58 laps ahead of us, a lap record of a 120.770 set by Juan Pablo Montoya in 2005. Start the lap, head downhill, open up the DRS zone into the downhill braking zone for turn 1. Be careful not to let the car go too deep, but you can pick up a very late apex as you hurtle uphill through 2 into the uphill heavier braking zone into turn 3. Banked part of the circuit, you immediately drop down the hill to turn 4. A sharp 90-degree right-hander into the 90-degree left at turn 5 and 6. Open up the kinetic energy system on the car as you launch uphill towards turn 7 before the fearless triple apex of turn 8. The drivers say this one is really going to be felt on the necks. 3 times left, left, and left again, all by trying to keep at full throttle at over nearly 200 miles an hour in a 2020 car. Drop down the hill, another 90 left, into the braking zone at turn 9 and turn 10, back up towards the second DRS detection point on the track at turn number 11. Now run all the way uphill with the DRS open into the braking zone of turn 12. Seeing, of course, a Red Bull making their famous 1-2 crash in 2010. Hard on the brakes and overtaking opportunity here before the quick kink into turn 13 and the last corner turn 14. Hug the inside curb, open up the DRS once again and fire it to a line. That is a lap of the Istanbul Park circuit here for the Turkish Grand Prix. And welcome along to free practice 1 for the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix. The green light is on, the session is underway. It has been for around about 1 minute and 10 seconds while the build-up was on. Alongside me in the commentary box is Ian Burge. Dad, welcome. And we're back in Turkey for the first time since 2011. It's a good racetrack, but a lot of the drivers are worried that the fearsome turn 8 might tweak their nets a little bit.
Yeah, about 40 seconds at most speeds to go through turn 8. And you come downhill to get
Yeah.
to turn 8.
We're just coming up to the back half of the circuit as well, but turn 8 is fantastic. It's a full throttle, about 55%
Your head
for the
goes
lap
to the right.
as you turn the left.
You're trying
Yeah.
to force it backwards.
It's an annoying part of the circuit to try and get your head right in.
And there's an annoying Ted.
Yeah, Ted's looking. He's got his best view of the pit lane of the year so far. Straight down, no netting. You can look perfectly.
Ted's somewhat in one of those comical moods.
Oh,
So
is he then?
Beware.
Ted's very much looking forward to it. Well, we're just getting the YouTube live chat up
Who'd
as
be
well.
a turkey at Christmas? Who'd be a turkey at Thanksgiving? We're at Turkey now.
Well, Istanbul, it's very continental.
Oh, very good.
I've been planning that for months, and I was waiting to get that in.
It's continental.
I know. You do the hashtag spot the song lyric. Well, there you go. I've been waiting for that for ages.
Well, ho, 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 who would be a turkey at Christmas, Easter?
We've got a lot of plans here as
And
well.
now,
I just wish Lewis Hamilton.
Thanksgiving.
I just wish Lewis Hamilton was going for his 8th title this weekend instead of his.
You can't have everything.
No, because then we could have had England 8, Turkey for dinner.
Yeah, well, we had that.
We
Elton
had it, yeah, I know.
Wellesby.
Yeah.
Elton Wellesby, the former football commentator, now broadcasting chief somewhere, I believe.
Yeah.
I actually watched that match. I had the afternoon off work.
Was it Boxing Day or just a couple of days before Christmas?
No, it wasn't. It was the fact that we were playing Turkey. England were playing Turkey in a qualifier and scored 8 goals. And so Elton just ended the programme by going, and remember, England 8, Turkey for dinner.
We're just trying to get the live timing up for you. I remember you telling me that story as well, actually. I think I've seen the clip somewhere. We're just trying to get the live timing up for you because it's been a bit confused at the moment. So
we've already lost one of the Micah boys.
yeah, I think that was Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, just having a
Charles
look round. And
Well, he drives on the wrong side of the road,
yeah.
doesn't he?
We don't currently have the data for the Turkish Grand Prix stuff, so give us a minute while we get that up, and we'll hopefully have live timing for you at some point.
Joshua, where is data?
I don't know. Ah, hello. I think we have something.
We need data.
He blew up, didn't he? And then he was in a computer bot. There's down into the back half of the circuit.
And by the way, my series is back soon.
Is it? Oh, good. I liked Picard. And not a lot of people did, but I did like it.
Out.
Well, we've got no live timing, unfortunately.
Sir
which
Patrick
is
is from Huddersfield, which is about 100 odd miles from here. Right? Is Yorkshire boy.
While I try and just get this open with at the moment to get you live timing on the screen. We are waiting. The green light is on. Vettel's done a 2 minutes.
Before he got on air.
I don't know what's happened with
I
it.
apologise for the fact that Joshua is ill prepared.
Well, yeah.
By
It's
as many of
it's
you
8
can
o'clock.
see by his shirt.
Oh, thanks. It's 8 o'clock in the morning.
Did your mum run up that from a pair of curtains?
I think she could have, to be fair.
Oh, because
Wonderful
actually
shirt.
it looks like a certain person. Had
Looks like an
bought
Eddie,
you
doesn't
from
it?
Istanbul.
Eddie might have...
Eddie.
Oh, hello. We've got timing.
There we've got the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas. So it's an important weekend for Valtteri. He's actually done his job this season. He's pushed Lewis to the limit, but this is the important bit because, you know, Lewis wants to win this fair and square. And the fact is that if you're Valtteri, you're not going to be that motivated for this race.
Red flag.
We have a red flag out on track. Why have we got a red flag?
I don't know. That's literally just popped up.
Is it
could
because
be.
that marker boy was hit and now he's on the racing line?
Well, that's very bizarre to get a red flag this early in the session. We've got the live timing tower up, you can see on your screen. Vettel, Sainz, the only two decided lap time, and it is because of the marker board.
Boy.
So it's just, I think it's just offline, but it's at pit exit.
So we've got a red flag caused by Ferrari, the red car.
Ferrari then stopping the session.
Charles Leclerc hitting it. And I can hear Megan on the way, just getting in the car on the way to school.
It's very late. It's very early for us to be on air.
Yeah.
We're 2 hours earlier than usual because Turkey 2 hours ahead and sunset is different. That's why they race at 10:10.
They're on the fringe of Europe and the fringe of Asia, aren't they?
Yes, east meets west is what we've been saying.
West.
So the red flags
are
are
out. What
out.
did you used to call it? Was it Silk Road or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a run then around the circuit for those of you watching the pictures.
Turkey was a very important trading part to Europe, wasn't it?
Mm.
It was the entrance to the Mediterranean, along with a few others, including Syria.
I'm amazed that we're actually racing here, considering that half of this track was used as a car park for the past 9 years.
Well,
Especially-
actually, the actual car park looks like a car park from around here. We have vast car parks. We're one of the main importing and exporting
yeah.
ports here on the Humber for importing and exporting cars. We've got all of makes here. We've had Volkswagen here since 1968, and we're like we've got vast car parks all over, full with cars, all of the same type, only different colours. And that's actually what the car park here in Turkey looks like today, because everybody seems to have hired the same hire car.
It does seem very similar, doesn't it? Just all the way around the back half of the circuit. We're just looking at the famous Turn 8 section. Talking of cars, we've just got a new car.
Well, we've got Indy.
Chevy Cruze.
And it's not got a boot. It's a hatchback.
Yeah.
So
Boots all right,
otherwise
that's what
it would be absolutely identical to my old car.
that you had a couple of years back. Well, we've had both versions now. Which is nice.
I used to hire my taxi off my mate, and it was a Chevy Cruze because I had an incident with my last one. Is that
That's what you can say. Yeah.
Yeah, I still blame him. He still blames me. God, I tell you what.
Just at least it wasn't you didn't crash the Chevy, which is better. That's the
No,
because
I
that
didn't
thing was
crash the
beautiful.
Chevy, and someone took me door off of the replacement of my car, right, which was a beautiful and-
Black leather Omega seater.
Yeah.
Oh, this is why we got the red flag look.
Oh yeah, because the
bolts-
bolts,
the bolts,
are
yeah.
protruding.
So this is
Yeah.
this is why we've got the red
So
flag.
anybody got a socket set, and we can get on with this.
Oh, hello, here we are. Look,
Here we are. The socket set has arrived.
Lewis
Now,
Hamilton.
if you're wondering, like Lewis has just turned his.
Actually, I think Lewis has just put his overcoat on. And he's taken out of his pocket. I think it's the dog treats. Oh, as we go for an outbreak on Sky, come to you.
I don't think it was dog treat. I thought it was his phone.
It didn't look like a phone. It could be his phone, but it didn't look like it.
Right,
It could
anybody
have been
wonders
that.
if you go up those stairs, right, and you go to the doors, right, and you go through the doors, Lewis is the big area to the right,
Yeah.
and Valtteri is to the left, and it's a lot smaller. So I don't know what it says about their particular contracts,
Yeah.
which
As Lewis has been saying, yeah, I think you know more than I do because I heard it briefly in the build-up show.
well, there's no actual confirmation, but it is expected that Lewis has signed a 3-year contract.
Fantastic.
Right?
That's surprising me. I thought he'd go for a year.
Yeah, well, the rumor is that the rumor mill is strong as well, that it is a 3-year contract. I think Lewis is as fit as he always was. I mean, right, we always go on about Ange, right? But Ange is also his trainer.
There was a wonderful piece he did on F1.com. I urge you all to go read it about Angie and how much he can't do anything without her.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a lot more than a
She
physio.
thought she'd only
yeah.
got, was it 2 kids? But now she's got 3
Yeah,
because Lewis
yeah.
is the 3rd.
He always says that, even though everybody looks
He-
around
he-
and says
he
that.
depends
yeah,
on her.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what he said. He says that you may look at her and she's running around carrying all the bags, but off track, I'm the one carrying all the bags.
Yeah, and
Which
she's
is
also
nice.
very, very strong because she's
Yeah.
a former Olympic
Yeah.
marathon runner.
And I didn't know that until I think it was last year or the season before.
Yeah.
When it was mentioned on the Sky broadcast.
And she's Australian.
Yep. Aussies who was
Good day,
went down.
Australia. And we still on night time? Because we don't night. Yeah, it's still night time.
Yeah, it's
isn't
2
it?
hours. Well, it's 8 o'clock here in the UK, so everything's been thrown out slightly with our
Yeah.
schedule. Which,
It's actually
yeah.
quite early in the evening in Australia.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah,
Because of the fact that this is 2 hours earlier.
you're very lucky to
Because
actually have
usually
us.
it's nearly, it's Eastern Australia, and that leads us into the calendar.
Yes. Well, we've got the red flag, so I may as well get it up on the laptop here in front of us. The calendar for 2021
Which is a
was
bit
announced.
ambitious, isn't it?
23 races.
Because the governor of the state is saying that the strict lockdown rules might still be in place because they have
There we
one
go.
of the strictest in Melbourne, they have one of the strictest lockdown rules. They're a lot stricter than ours.
Yeah, no one's allowed in or
And-
out of the country.
And anybody who realises that there's about 2,500, 3,000 people involved in getting this Formula One, even without paying customers.
Yeah.
You know.
It's fantastic how many people actually take this thing to go racing. So, yeah, it's Australia
Well, there's all
provisionally
the-
on 23rd of March.
There's about 35 to 40 different TV companies here.
And that's another 100, 200 people per company that go there. Sky are operating on remote broadcast, so they're here and there. They're in the UK and then there's some out in
How
Turkey.
dare you talk about Rachel like that?
Rachel's in Turkey.
I know.
We're sending sympathies to Natalie Pinkham, who is not suffering with COVID-19, but she has had exposure in her family to people who are suffering with it as well. They look okay to me.
Yeah,
she's been saying they look okay. But
Yeah,
Nat's
her
not there.
husband was supposed to have contracted something and self-isolating, but it doesn't look. When he was watching the rugby, it didn't look like he
No, it
actually
looked-
had
yeah.
anything. Thankfully,
Which is great news.
here's the bolts.
Finally, are you warm enough,
Can
by the
we-
way? Do you want me to turn that off?
Turn it up a little bit because it's very cold here.
You talk.
It's
I've got to
actually
take this
not.
off.
It's actually not warm in Turkey.
That's how Leclerc did it. Got oversteer and just ran over the bollard.
No, I tell you what, they really wanted to do. Wanted to go in and get a hamburger, but Raikkonen was already at the window and self-isolating. Not self-isolating, self-distancing. Oh, there was a warmth on my leg.
Yeah, I do apologise. It was on the fan setting. So it was blowing cold air at us instead of warm air. I've been wondering why it was like that all day. There we go then.
This might cook me leg.
Yeah, very nice. Would you like something over it? I have a sheet somewhere around here.
Your mum's just tweeted it'll be ham and eggs for tea then.
No eggs. We can't have the eggs. There's a-
Sam and Ella's
yeah, for people
scare
who
in
don't.
this country.
Yeah, there's a massive egg salmonella scare, and we've actually got some of the infected batch as well.
Yeah, but we've
Yeah.
had 5 of them.
And they were thoroughly cooked, which they say is okay.
Yeah, which we haven't got. We have.
Yeah, we've got other things anyway to worry about eggs.
Exactly.
Let's just go through the calendar then from 2021. I think the green flag might be out. Not sure though where the line is. Red flag has gone off our screen. I'm not sure when we got the green. Green flag. Session's underway.
We didn't describe why we now gone back to IndyCar. Did we? Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fact that you see, IndyCar is mainly Chevrolet and Honda.
Mainly Chevys and Hondas, and Ferrari are rumoured to be going into the mill, but it is definitely. So we just went over to from
Ferrari
Renault
can't produce
to
an engine in
Chevy.
Formula One that works properly.
I know, so why the hell they're thinking about going to IndyCar, I don't know. But this is the calendar then for 2021. We've got
I'll tell you why it is. Because who owns Ferrari?
Fiat and Chrysler.
What is the full name of the company?
Is it Fiat Chrysler?
Fiat Chrysler, Fiat,
Yeah.
Fiat, and so Chrysler.
New rear wing being put on one of the Ferraris, and
I've
unfortunately,
always
I can't tell
thought
who
of
it is.
Chrysler as isn't it NASCAR? And
NASCAR mainly
the
go there, yeah,
days?
yeah. New rear wing being put on Sebastian Vettel's car at
Or
the
is it
moment.
just a change of wing?
Good
Because,
point, yeah.
Yeah, trying different things. After all, it's 9 years since the last time we raced here, and the winner then was Kimi Raikkonen, wasn't it?
2011. Sebastian Vettel.
Sebastian Vettel.
Raikkonen wasn't here in 2011. Yeah.
Raikkonen got the win at the
2000,
first.
yeah, Raikkonen got the 2005, didn't he?
Yeah, he got the first win here.
And then it was Massa 6, 7, 8 in a run. Button was 09. Hamilton was 2010, and Vettel was 2011. Yeah, I remember it. Of course, this is the scene.
I thought Lewis had won here.
Lewis won in 2010. Yeah.
2010.
Because don't you remember 2010 was the famous Red Bull coming together, and Jonathan Ledgard's what was going on there?
Have you seen the fencing? Right.
Well, I do it, but I don't know about you.
Have you seen the
Hamilton,
fencing?
Hamilton slipped off. Sorry, that's Bottas slipping off the track at turn 5.
Do you remember why we have such high fencing here?
Oh yes, of course, the dogs.
The little doggies. There are wild packs of dogs around this track, and they have come into contact with quite a few cars in the past.
Bruno Senna.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bruno Senna's was horrible.
yeah, that was.
We
that
won't
was nice.
describe it.
If you're just having your breakfast now, we
No,
apologise.
no.
We apologise. But
And
yeah.
the other thing, this is a Tilke circuit, and it's rated as one of his best. It's very up and down, and very technical corners. We've already gone about turn 8, where your head is pushed to the right
so much.
so much on that left-handed turn that it causes a few problems for the drivers. They've all been practicing the neck muscle exercises.
Massively, yeah. Since it was announced that we're going back to Turkey. Oh, we've got some interference in the headset there. Apologies if you heard that.
We apologise for the interference.
I'm just having a look and seeing Bottas, who's on
will
that.
not stop talking.
Bottas is on the hard tyre, the C1 compound, and look how much he's having to slide around. The track has just been resurfaced here in Istanbul, so it's a brand new layer.
Yeah, and it's
and
not
it's
exactly
slippy.
warm today.
No, it's very cold. Track temperature at 19 degrees, so already... Sorry, wrong one. You're on Megan. You're on this one. Sorry. My fault there. Because, your headset's set up. This is his new headset that he'll be wearing, if I can get it into picture. There, look. That's what you'll be wearing on Saturday and Sunday. Let's get out of the way for you.
Yeah, not bad value, actually. 25 quid.
Yeah, these cost...
Because these things...
expensive, these ones.
He won't ever tell it's the 160 quid each.
It was a lot of money to get these two.
I know it was.
The whole commentary box now was around about $1,500, I think.
And it all has to be carted in and carted out.
Well, I'm liking we've got those little boxes now to do it. It's all nice and fun. Keeps it nice and secure.
Oh, God.
The only thing we don't take off is the television because it's on wheels. We just wheel that in and out. So that's an interesting thing. I really, really want to try and get that out. Once it's set up, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 monitors, because Megan's hasn't got ears here.
No, she doesn't at the moment. Oh, Bottas has run off at turn 1. So he's already locked up. Turn 1 here. Always at the start of the race, somebody was crashing into turn 1. And I'm looking forward to the start of the race.
We've got gravel and a really large runoff here. So,
yeah.
This is it looks pretty wet there.
It doesn't. That's
because it's the shine of this new surface.
I'm wondering if we actually going to have a quick run, or are we going to have a Korea 2010 type of situation where the tarmac's so fresh, it's slippery as hell. And the rain's predicted for Sunday, so rain on this AstroTurf. Not looking good.
The rain in Turkey falls mainly on the track.
Apparently. Track temperature is 90 degrees, air temperature is at 14, and they've removed the bollard at the exit of the pit, on the entrance to the pit lane, and removed the bolts as well, which is sensible.
And for those in the United States, we have had these times confirmed.
What times?
There will be no recount.
No, yeah, no recount. Although I would like to point out that Carlos Sainz did to the lap time, but has had it deleted by the stewards. It's very wet. It looks like at the exit.
Raikkonen's been going around saying, "I don't care, I don't care. You know, I won this race."
Yeah, steering wheel.
Wheel.
George Russell getting ready to head out onto the track. Yeah, so we'll just quickly run through the 2021 calendar as it's predicted. Australia is the 21st of March. Whether that happens or not, we don't know. It's twinned with Bahrain, so
another
a week later.
silver track.
Yep. On the 11th of April, we go to Shanghai. The 25th of April is now a to-be-confirmed race. Because Vietnam has been cancelled.
Vietnam has been cancelled, and now it's up for grabs, and it could be Turkey.
Yeah.
The one that's set up most to actually produce. And that'd be a lot warmer part of the year, actually, for Turkey.
And it's been the 4th round of the season before as well, back in 2011. So it'd be a nice slot in for Turkey to come back.
And everything is now keyed up for Turkey to actually be that 25th of April.
Because
will Vietnam ever happen?
I don't think it will.
I don't think it will.
And that's such a shame because they've just built the circuit.
Well, they did in India as well.
Yeah.
But only raced there, twice?
Yeah, I think about twice, yeah.
And who owned that track?
Karun Chanok's father.
Yes.
And he's trying to bring it back now, but right now I believe it's a COVID-19 help centre.
Karun was the first billionaire driver's son.
Yeah, and he was actually quite good, but he was in the Hispania, so he never really got.
Is that your mum back?
Think so. Either that or the Renault's come back. Yeah, you can't tell hardly, can you anymore, because it's so smooth.
It just sounded loud.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Well, it could be next door, coming back through. But yeah, as you said. But Chan Hawk's the first of the billionaires. I bet she's
got her aircon on.
Probably. It is her. I can hear. New car chat. But yeah, what we were so Karun Chandok was actually quite good. He was quite successful as well in the LMP2 categories as well when he raced.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, he found his mark in 24-hour racing.
He's good. Karun's very technical as well. He's on the Sky panel at the moment.
He's a good lad, I know.
So moving away from that, we go back to the calendar, and Spain takes the 9th of May slot, but that's provisional at the moment. Monaco is now finally back on the 23rd of May, twinned with the Indy 500 on the same day. That'll be a lot of work for me. Baku is the 6th of June, and then we come to our first real big major sporting clash. The Canadian Grand Prix on the 13th of June is
Chip shop.
is the same as the Le Mans 24-hour race.
Yeah.
Same day. So it doesn't affect our coverage on YouTube for the race.
Chip shop.
Why are you doing that?
Well, the chip shop
Yeah.
in Montreal
Oh.
on the circuit is
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the most famous chip shops that you'll find in the world.
Oh, it is. Yeah, no.
Except ours in Grimsby.
Yeah. Which is
because we're
renowned, isn't
biased.
it?
And
Oh, Grimsby's is
Wang.
renowned. Wet Wang, just outside of, I can't remember where. Yeah, Gothland, wasn't it?
his Driffield area.
Driffield. So we got the Canadian Grand Prix on the 13th of June. So now,
Anybody who
Yeah, go
is anywhere near Wet Wang, right? Go to the the Chinese,
chip shop.
the chip shop there. In the summer there are queues. Well, there weren't this year, but there was actually.
There was a couple, yeah.
Yeah, but fantastic Whitby fish, local potatoes for the chips, which are nice.
It's a wonderful area as well. I think we just lost our live timing again, by the way, so we'll keep an eye out and see. Cause
It's
looks like
between
frozen.
Beverley and Malton, on the way to Bridlington, Scarborough area, and it's famous around here. And here, we have a Greek family called the Papas, and they famously had fish and chip shops all over the country, but not here where they lived.
So they brought out the pier, didn't they?
They brought the pier, and they've changed it into a lovely fish and chip restaurant and takeaway, and it's famous. We already had Steele's
I think,
and
yeah.
Southies, who won national awards.
I
you
think
know,
I
and
don't
it's not,
think.
not
yeah.
surprising. And when I was a kid, I used to look forward to going over the bridge. Well, not over the bridge.
Yeah.
The bridge wasn't there then. But going
Yeah.
over to the other side, to the Gainsborough in Hull, which was a 3 or 4 story. I think it was 3-story fish and chip restaurant in the centre of Hull. I think it was Ferrens Way. I think
Was it?
area somewhere around there, opposite KCOM. And we used to love that. We used to have orangeade,
Oh,
and we used to have orangeade.
I
with,
miss the orange stuff.
with homemade fish cakes and fish,
Yeah.
beautiful fish.
I've just remembered that we can hear our live timing again because we've bought you a new headset, so I'll put that on. So yeah, the 13th of June, the Canadian Grand Prix. So what if that date sticks and does clash
I'll
with
tell
Le
you-
Mans?
tell
2
you-
seconds. I will not be here for free practice 3 and qualifying for the Canadian Grand Prix next year if that date sticks, because I'll be doing the 24 hours, which means it's you and Megan who'll have to take the lead commentary and share it between you for FP3 and quali. That'll be fun.
Well, I'll just beat Megan into a situation where she just goes, "Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad. Yes."
Yeah, Megan's already.
As if you could.
I did
she
say
can
that.
actually. She can
Yeah.
actually kickbox her leg above her own head
Yeah, she was trying that last
with
night as well.
speed. Yeah.
Megan's
So-
quite good. And
Yeah. Oh yeah. What was I going
What
to
was I
say
saying?
about one I remember from when I was young
Oh, finally! Sorry, just
in
go
one
on.
of the biggest
Yeah.
fishing areas of the world. This town.
It's coming back as
right?
well.
This town and our twin across the river, Hull. You had so many fishermen around that every so often, one of the neighbours or one of the family in the case, in one case, used to get a
Knock on the door.
knock on the back door, and you go to the back door. Is your mum in? And there'd be an absolutely massive plate of fish. Fresh fish that
Ooh,
that had
lovely.
been landed that morning when they'd come in, and they always used to bring a pile home to give out. And
Oh, I think we're glitching. Sorry.
we had it from especially 2 sources, if not 3 or 4 occasionally.
Oh, lovely fish. I can just do with fish and chips. It's Friday, so it's fish day, isn't it? In UK traditionally.
And when I say a pile of fish on a plate, it's like a platter, and there'd actually be about 6 or 7 large bits of fish that mum would either fry or turn some of them into fish cakes.
Yeah.
Homemade fish cakes. Gorgeous growing up it was.
I miss homemade
mish,
fish
mish.
cakes. Try saying that in the morning. It's only 8:26 in the morning in the UK. So yeah, I wonder if we can have fish cakes for tea. Actually, it'd be nice. So yeah, so you'll have to.
Your mum does tuna fish cakes.
I think that's what. Yeah. Oh right, but
You just get some tin tuna or tin salmon and make these lovely homemade fish cakes.
all right, Nigella. Or Gordon,
My cousin looks just like Nigella, and they're enemies because they don't like each other.
don't they?
But I shouldn't say that on air, should I?
Maybe not. Well, nobody knows your cousin is.
Well,
don't say the
I
name.
haven't
You'll
seen
be
her for
fine.
years, so it
You'll be
don't matter.
fine then.
I used to get on right well with her, but she's really posh. And
Oh, you've dropped your sound shield again, and off it goes.
And off we go over the phone and furlong, and Joshua's going under the thing, and he can see it, and he's got it, and he's got to go, and he's got to get the bits off now, and then back to the thing.
There you go.
Back to the thing, Rory.
So I'll mute you for a second. You're not on yet.
He's going to mute me while I put
So,
something on, but it's
As we go back down,
to the third
Stop
Friday
it!
on the National.
he's
And
still
it's gonna
talking.
be down, and I'm to the town.
And the Nationals gonna win,
You're really starting to annoy me with that because you can talk still with.
and
Michael
Joshua
Smith.
wins the National.
I'm feeling like a Murray Walker situation here when I'm going to grab you and start shaking you to give me the mic. So we'll just return to the calendar. So
You've got a mic of your own.
I know, but I can't mute you, and you still come through my ears, even though you don't go on the air.
Ah, yeah. you
So,
see.
the French Grand Prix, the 27th of June. Austria is the 4th of July. That's a nice one. The United Kingdom's, the British Grand Prix is the 18th of July.
Do you know why I think they didn't get on? Because they do look very alike.
Nigella. and your cousin.
Nigella.
Okay.
Yeah, my cousin. Yeah.
Hungary is the 1st of August. Belgium is the 29th, and it forms a triple header with the Netherlands Grand Prix and the Italian Grand Prix. Then we have a week off before Russia, followed by the Singapore Grand Prix back on the calendar. They've switched around now this year. Singapore now back-to-back with Japan on the 10th of October at Suzuka. The 24th of October sees the USA Grand Prix at Austin.
USA Grand Prix.
Yeah, Mexico, it takes place on Halloween, the
Ribs.
31st of October. I think Mexico on Day of the Dead in Mexico is going to be fantastic. Imagine it's going to be a proper party atmosphere.
Oh, it always is.
It's been missed this year as well.
Danny Rick gets dressed up and he persuaded Max last time.
Yeah, the skulls, weren't they, on the circuit? Where are we next? So Brazil and Sao Paulo is provisionally confirmed. So Interlagos returns, but there was rumours that it could go to Rio de Janeiro, but
On
there's
the
been
timing
massive
screen.
protests about it all.
On the
Go on.
timing screen, right, there is an advert for the F1 fragrances
The new fragrance perfume line that they've brought
perfume
out.
line.
Yeah.
Do they realise that it looks like a naked lady? Look, there's the legs, and there's the hips. It does. That's disgusting.
Actually, I can see it now. You're right.
It's disgusting.
That's not very good.
It's disgusting.
Oh, Raikkonen gets on a little bit all locked up and squealy down at turn 1 and nearly goes off the track. Yeah, I can see what you mean, the new fragrances line. Going further down then, so Sao Paulo provisionally confirmed with Interlagos on the 14th of November. The 28th of November, the addition of the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix at Jeddah. That's been a bit controversial.
A bit cheesy, isn't it?
Jeddah, very funny.
Cheddar cheese.
Megan, when I said to Megan Jeddah, she was like, "What, Star Wars?" I was like, "No, not that Jeddah. This Jeddah."
Saudi Arabia, it's an important part. We're in that close to where they all go praying. Mecca, is it?
Yes, I think it's around about there. But
I think it's somewhere in Saudi Arabia. So you've got one of the other things when you're doing the dates of these things, you've got to remember about religious festivals because they're important to people.
I think that's why 4th of July is Austria, not America.
So just let you know, Liberty, no more near Christmas.
Yeah. Well, the next year it ends on the 5th of December in Abu Dhabi. So another race ending in December.
December is Christmas shopping time.
Yes. Well, we finished on
Not
what,
that I
the
go
13th?
out to shop. I never go out.
Is it the 13th we end this year?
I'm on year
It
4.5
is.
year of lockdown.
Yeah, you're going right on lockdown.
I went out
aren't you?
yesterday in your mum's new car because she wanted to show me how much it was like mine.
I can't get that in camera focus. That's a shame. I was going to bring in the new boom mic we've got, but
Yeah,
can't get
he's
in.
turning into Fraser.
Yeah, well, I'll try and get it on.
Hello,
The new voiceovers isn't coming through the
Online
headset.
too,
It's
I'm
on this
talking.
microphone. I've put it in here because I've realised that you may as well put it in here to do the streaming as well. So yeah, there's the calendar. Saudi Arabia is a bit of a controversial one with the human rights record. But
Yeah, well, we've got others on there.
Yeah.
As we said last week,
Yeah.
unfortunately, right, Formula One, because of the money
Yeah.
that Liberty want, right, goes to places that we wouldn't go to ourselves, right, because of their human rights things, including one that's coming up.
Oh, Verstappen's off the track. Sorry, turn one just went off the track. Back to you.
You know, as we said last week, during the thingy summer a few years ago, members of staff at one of the circuits that we're about to go to were arrested. Ferrari World.
Yeah.
Were arrested.
And it was it's quite controversial. That's why the Vietnam Grand Prix dropped off the calendar, because it was a corruption charge against one of the high politicians, and so that's why Vietnam's not on the calendar, and it looks unlikely it'll ever return or ever start. So the F1 2020 game that has the Vietnam track will probably be the only time it'll ever be raced on, which is interesting. I think I'll just say Carlos Sainz having some issues with his car. Good morning to people on the group chat. I can see one popping up at the moment, but I think we've got internet problems this morning, so we can't get all of them coming through at once.
That was the thing about fishing. It was all into the net.
Right, yeah, well, there we go. All into the net. He's been waiting to do that one.
Yeah, I got
57 minutes and 25 seconds left of the session. We have our timing monitors back
What
open.
haven't we talked about?
How about the fact that the Simon Roberts, the Williams team principal, has sadly contracted COVID?
Yeah, so that's a big loss to them, isn't it?
And George Russell has just
'Cause they-
announced that he's ran out of engines for this race, so he's on a new power unit, and he will have a grid penalty as well. What's this coming up now?
We've got a stream
Yeah, there we go.
problem.
No, we're all good.
Now, the thing about Roberts is that, right, he's interim boss, right? And, and the problem with being an interim boss is that you can't really change the things to what you want. But he has done some small improvements. And no offence to Claire, but whenever a new boss comes in, they want to put their little stamp on it.
Yeah.
And Claire just had the backing of her dad all the time. And she did amazing because they had no money for the last 3 or 4 years. And she did amazing. And you know, but this guy's come in with new money. So he's able to do things that Claire couldn't, because Claire just couldn't find the money. Well, her brother couldn't find the money. He's the financial guy, isn't
I
he?
think it kind of summed up how done I think Claire was with Williams last season at the start when they didn't have a car at pre-season testing.
Well, I think she's still got
yeah.
a lot to offer for Formula One.
I'm surprised she hasn't come back in another role, or with another team, or even broadcast side.
That is a very peculiar way to sit, Christian.
Christian Horner's got one leg on the stand of the pit wall and another propped up against the barrier on about 2 feet
And he's
away.
not facing the track.
No, he's not, is he? He's facing the
So
pit
he's
wall.
watching something that's happening in his garage.
Well, Verstappen and Albon are both out on the track,
Yeah, exactly.
so I wonder who they're looking at.
Are they preparing something? So are they going to change things? You see, practice one is getting to know the track. It's trying different things. We've already seen the Ferrari change his wing.
Yeah,
his rear
double it,
wing.
hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and that was on Vettel's car, I believe.
Not sure why, but Vettel has actually changed tyres as well. I thought, graphics just frozen there.
Well, you try everything, don't you, to see what's good things. Then
Yeah. Albon's being told caution at turn 1 and stay tight on the exit and inside the turn 1. So he's just been warned really at turn 1, which has been catching out his teammate Verstappen as well. I think also the fact is that this is a new circuit effectively for half the field, because only, let's have a look through who's raced here before.
Well,
Raikkonen, Vettel, Grosjean's raced here, Perez has raced here, Ricciardo's raced here. No, Ricciardo hasn't raced here actually. He came late 2011. And Hamilton's raced here. So only 5 drivers have
you
raced
see,
here before.
we've been talking about the problems of turn 8, but 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
A double S.
Yeah, and it's you can see that it's starting to affect them down the hill, especially because the track, you need traction on the grip because you're sliding the car around. On these servers, they're just spinning out.
That's the thing Tilke did. He produced these problems in different parts of this circuit that you've got to overcome. And the start down into turn 1 and 2 is 1, and then you get the problems of 3, 4, 5, and 6. And when you think, finally through there, you've got to go uphill, and 7 and 8. Really do your net. 8. It's 30 to 40 seconds at least
Yeah.
right?
You feel
of
it
your
all the
neck
time,
being
yeah.
pushed to the right by the acute left turn.
Yeah, you feel it all the time as well.
And the fact that you've gone uphill, you've got that vertigo thing.
As we're seeing
Not
George
as
Russell.
not as bad as last weekend.
Here's
Last
what-
weekend we raced, where
Imola.
the vertigo thing was.
All the up and down at Imola,
Yeah.
going down to Varianta as well, and Aquaviviana. They were really bizarre
And
tracks.
we've also had another track recently as well.
Yeah, your button's on too. Just a reminder.
My button is 2.
I needed to cough there as well. But as we see,
There's
Russell's up
Georgie
the track.
Russell. Now, George this week has been inundated with people sympathising with what happened behind the safety car and book up messages.
Grosjean.
Lewis isn't very
Yeah.
happy that he's just gone public, but
Yeah.
he understands that it wasn't George who did that. And basically, Fernando and George sent George a message, really geeing him up, saying, "Who else could have done what you have done in that car?" Right, because of the fact that how well you've done
Massively.
to get that car
yeah.
into Q2. This is a car that at times has been 6 seconds off the
Yeah,
pace,
yeah.
and yet
Here it is under the safety car as well. Just dropped
yeah,
it.
there it is. Yeah,
Downhill, just dropped it under acceleration. It's easy to do.
cold brakes,
Yeah.
and he knew it,
And
and that's why he's annoyed with himself.
it was the scene there where he was sat on his own with the helmet still on. It reminded me so much of Hakkinen.
And he's hitting his leg because he wants to. He's thinking to himself, "What is Martin Brundle, who got me into this this thing, saying at this moment to Crofty?"
Actually, I think he said that it was a Hakkinen moment as well, if I can remember. We weren't listening to the
I'm
coverage.
sure Martin's really, really close, right?
Yeah.
He's known this lad since he was a friend of his son's, who and they come from Kings Lynn, which ain't a big place, right? Kings Lynn is very much near Sandringham, and it's. I'm not saying everybody knows each other, but you do know each other. But he did know him, right? Because of the fact that he
Came up
ran
with
the-
racing together, yeah.
he ran the local karting track, Martin did, and his son, this was one of his son's best friends, and he must be really proud because he's really close to him. How well he's doing in Formula One, even though he's on the back of the grid.
Another year
Right.
at Williams, at least. It looks like now another 3.
He's not the only one. I mean, Latifi is Latifi is finally getting to grips with this car,
It's taken too long.
and it's not their fault.
No, lockdown sort of didn't really help because we weren't racing for months, and then Leclerc, a rookie, effectively forgot everything.
I mean, the Alfa Romeo is similar, but it's not quite the same. It's only about 2 seconds off the
Yeah.
pace, and that's why they've kept faith in Giovinazzi, and they've managed to persuade Raikkonen to stay on for another year.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that, to be fair. I thought Raikkonen would go.
It's about how he's developing the car.
I don't think...
You've got a world champion there helping you develop your car.
And, yeah, everyone
And-
does forget
and-
Raikkonen's a champion.
Yeah, and he's a deep thinker, right? When it comes to his job, right? The reason he doesn't want to talk is because he feels that
Albon's been told to hold the overtake for 6 seconds.
he just doesn't feel
Yeah.
that why this is important.
He
never has done,
Yeah, it's
right?
really
Because
disappointing,
he wants to concentrate on his job, right? As everybody says, Kimi outside the track
It's different.
is different.
Well, we didn't know.
He's different even more now than he was.
Yeah, as we didn't know.
He used to like a drink, right? And
yeah.
he used to be very boisterous and very entertaining.
I can remember his
Right.
engine blowing at Monaco, and he
But now
walked off to the thing.
he's a lovely family man.
Yeah. You've been distracted by something. What is it?
Just the bolts to the door.
Where? Oh, my, it's in the door.
Yeah, and you can adjust it. That's good. Yeah. Engineering, I like engineering.
You spot everything, don't you, in the box? Latifi's just had a lap time deleted, by the way, as Leclerc jumped up
We're
to fourth
talking about
place.
cars, right?
Yeah.
Right. Megan, since she was about 5 or 6 years old, has been so interested in engines.
Well, I can still remember, what was it? How old was she? 8 years old?
No, not like
6? Something
Six.
with her? And yeah, it would be 6, wouldn't
with
it?
the people on the floor showing
At
them
Renault,
how,
yeah.
at Renault, showing how she knew that this was a single diffuser and not a double diffuser.
I've never been more proud.
Where do you is that where you press to disengage the clutch?
Yeah.
You know, and basically them having to get the pledge out
All the yeah, cause
because you and Megan
Oops.
little fingers all over the car.
Well, it was Alonso's 2005 car. It was a V10, and it was fun.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car. So,
And then me and Megan had to go in the Twizy.
is that the electric?
Yeah, the little
thing
electric
that your
one.
mum was in.
Yeah, Mum enjoyed that one as well, actually.
I mean, your mum's just got rid of a car that she
5 years, isn't she? The
4.5
Renault.
years, yeah. But it was from the moment the Megane came out, she wanted one, and she finally got one. She's had it for 4.5 years.
Yellow Flag's just come out on the circuit, so
It's unusual.
Yeah.
The back window shape was brilliant. She's going to have the situation now where the rain actually falls directly on the back window. But I think she's got a rear wipe.
Gasly spun, and he spun round again at turn number 1. I wonder what that was about. He must have just cooked it out of turn 1 and just spun round.
Whereas I never did on mine because mine was a boot, not a hatchback.
Oh, the
So-
rain just falling straight back on the
So
side,
yeah.
Well, the problem is as well with that guy's it's automatic, but you can't tell what gear you're in. So I'm quite worried about that with hill starts. Let's have a look then at
Why?
I'll explain in a second. Gasly coming into turn 1 then and gets on the damp part of the track and just loses it round. So this, as you said earlier, the silky surface with the sheen still on the track from the new AstroTurf. It's damp there as well. It's catching everybody out in turn 1. I think they need to get leaf blowers out there for FP2.
Anybody who's driven an automatic knows that you know, if the traction of the gearbox just keeps you steady on a hill. If you on a normal level surface, if you just have no acceleration at all, you move forward very, very slowly, around about 3 miles an hour. On a hill, you don't, but you don't go backwards either.
Yeah.
You know, so don't worry about that.
I think Carlos Sainz has a problem. He's been told scenario 1 and box this lap, and now he's being told that they want to have a look at the engine, and he's crawling in now at the back half of the track. Yeah. I'm just saying the radio.
No Pudsey.
No, Pudsey in the pit lane, at the moment, and that's a shame. Pudsey, the bear here for children in need. McLaren have brought him along and given him a pass.
It says Pudsey Bear.
It really is annoyed Joe Soward, who's
Yeah,
the
I know.
written media press delegate at a company I can't
For those
remember.
of you abroad, we have a telethon in this country called Children in Need. First started in 1923, I think, on the radio, and has been going for about 30 odd years on TV. Maybe 40.
Terry Wogan did it all. Yeah.
Terry Wogan.
He was on board
welcome.
TV, yeah.
Welcome to Formula One.
I miss Terry.
And look at this. While we wait for him to go around this track,
Terry
we'll
Wogan
just-
on
we'll
Formula
just-
1.
We'll
brilliant.
just play this.
Terry Wogan also used to do the Eurovision Song Contest, our UK coverage, and
Oh,
used to get
no.
drunk. Sainz
Oh,
has been
no.
told to lose temperature in the tyres.
Ah,
Yeah, go on.
this next artist can only be described as wacky.
Yeah, so Terry used to get very drunk during
But it's our
the
fault because
broadcasts.
we actually
Sent him. Yeah.
sent them.
Yeah.
Here's Brotherhood of Man.
I think he stopped doing it, didn't he, about
And they
2005?
might win. They
Did-
might win,
yeah.
honest.
Didn't Terry stop doing it about 2005, something like that? Then
Yeah.
Graham Norton's taken
Graham's
over.
just leaving his Radio 2 show.
That's a shame,
Which
yeah.
was quite fun.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, Graham Norton.
Verstappen's gone fastest to 1:41.741. I think we're seeing as tyres getting ready for a pit stop. Is that Sainz back in the pit lane? Okay, so we heard on our radio a second ago that those tyres have to go back in 4 minutes. So they've decided not to do another lap. They've just brought him into the pit lane. So Sainz back in, taking the tyres off and going all well.
When we used to drive over the Pennines in a 3-litre Renault Espace.
The big one, yeah.
Yeah, the big one, right?
That
We
was
used-
bloody terrifying. I'm saying that right now.
Oh, God, it was not.
You try sitting in the back, looking over and just seeing straight drops in a big van.
Yeah.
And going up there on a very windy day as well.
On the rain. I
And
used
the
to love the
rain.
rain because, you know, the rain comes off the hills and goes, there's little rivers. You drive through little rivers across the track.
Yeah, it wasn't
Up-
scary
down
as well, was
across
it?
the thing. It was very scary at times. But
I had visions
I
of going
will
over the edge.
tell you, I'm trying to do I'm trying to do a Preston accent for a certain cricketer, but I'm not doing it well.
Is that who I think it is? On
Aye.
Top Gear.
Top Gear,
Yeah.
Freddie.
Freddie Flintoff. Andrew. Oh, there's mist over the top of the
That's
brow
not
there.
scary. That's not scary.
Hang on, I'm getting flashbacks here. It's 2 Red
It's more
Bulls.
Vernon Kay. Not
Yeah.
Vernon Kay. The other one. What's the other one called? Paddy McGuinness.
Paddy McGuinness, yeah.
Mine was a cross between Freddie and Paddy when I first started, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, that was more.
Well,
cultural.
in the latest series of Top Gear, right? They go back. They drop in because they're doing all the show is around Bolton,
Yeah.
and they drop in at Paddy's old street, right? And his best friend comes out and hugs him, and
Yeah. Before the
It's
pandemic.
lovely. It's just
Yeah.
it was so lovely to see how you know
Oh, my word. Red Bull doing double pit stop, sorry, and they nearly ran into each other.
because Peter
again.
Kay came from
Yeah, Peter
that
Kay came from
street,
Bol- yeah.
and you know Paddy, and you know they had a famous double act in a few shows and things like that. And then you got Vernon Kay's from around the area, although he's no relation to Peter,
No.
and he's married to Tess Daly.
And he's just gone in the jungle.
Has he?
Well, not the jungle, sorry, the castle.
Is that because there's no Formula E at the moment?
Yeah, there's no
Some
Formula E.
presents
Yeah.
Formula E.
Yeah, so there's no Formula E until next year. So he's gone into I'm a Celebrity.
But what an area that produced so many good, funny people in that area.
I do like what Chris Harris said though. Is that there's been no Formula One driving from Bolton.
I can't think of one.
I can't think of one either.
I can think of a MotoGP driver that
Cal.
no that he's from. Where is he from? Burnley.
Which one? Hodson or
Neil, yeah.
Neil Hodson? Yeah. Who I must admit, Neil Hodson, who when he first
Lives
started,
on the Isle of Man now,
Yeah.
but
somewhere around there.
used to live around here as well.
Neil Hodson first started at BT Sport in 2014. It took a while to get used to the job, but he is now one of the best pundits out there. I think.
He's
Across any
also one of the
sport.
fittest guys you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Always active, isn't he? Always. I love how they're currently. I think they're on air now, actually, on BT
He's
Sport.
sitting,
aren't they?
he can do those push-ups where you clap your hands,
Yeah.
and he beat a current rider
Oh God, I remember that. Yeah, it was last year, wasn't it, in Silverstone?
on them. Yeah, Neil and Susie are quite funny because he
Great double acts.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're on air now, aren't they, for the MotoGP, as they have their
You
race
ca-
in Valencia.
They're a bit like Holly and Phil, aren't they, on ITV?
Yeah.
You know, they come back after a break or a race, and they're the only ones they know why they're laughing uncontrollably.
Yeah, they're just giggling
and
around.
it's too rude to actually tell people.
I think this year, because they haven't been able to go to the circuit, a bit much like we have, we've been stuck in our UK things, but with lockdown, they've actually made it even better, I think. It's because it's one-on-one. Susie's one-on-one with one of the other presenters, and they all
Yeah.
just move around a little bit. And it works. It does work. Someone always gets a break, which is good. And it's nice how it moves
And
around.
it's all boys together in the
the box.
The box.
Yeah.
Right, because there were a bunch of wind-up merchants.
Yeah. Gav's just sit there. What was it?
Gavin with his
Yeah. Well, Maverick Vinales has a new helmet.
questions that
Yeah.
trap people.
Yeah.
Have you done your homework? Because I'm going to mention this, and you better know the answer.
Go on then.
That's
Oh, that's what I thought you were going to say
Gavin
something.
Emmett
Yeah.
says.
Gav always just throws out any design.
Then you've got the old man of the sea,
Yeah.
who used to be a fantastic rider himself.
Keith and
Keith
Neil.
Ewan.
Neil Hodson then just comes in as sort of
And then
a
you've got
wild one.
the youngest of the Laverty boys,
Michael.
Michael, who is a bit like Valtteri Bottas, very, very technically minded.
Yeah. Very incredibly good on the Moto2 commentary as well that he does.
Yeah, it's ever so entertaining.
It's-
So if you've got BT Sport and you like motorcycles, have a look.
I think they're on air now actually as well.
Yeah, or you can take the world feed, which is not as entertaining.
Yeah, that's got
but it's
World
very
Feeds.
practical.
Yeah, World Feeds Matt.
I think
Steve
world
and-
feeds, even
yeah.
in Formula One, are a bit more BBC practical.
Yeah, they've got to be, haven't they? Which is upsetting, really. I think it's really with the individuals like you see with Sky, who are no longer the world feed. They take a little bit more of a fun approach to it, and Channel 4 as well.
Crofty.
Yeah, we must say, breaking as well, news a couple
We
of
have
days ago.
news for those of you who watch Formula One on Channel 4.
Yeah, Ben Edwards is leaving. Yeah, Ben Edwards is leaving his position as Formula One commentator for Channel 4, which exciting me because it's not that I'm going to get anything, am I? But what it does is it moves the ladder.
You're
up.
on the ladder.
Yeah.
You're on the ladder. You do this for money.
Yeah,
Not this particular thing that you're doing now.
not now, but the other
No,
the
but-
esports.
But
that we do, yeah.
the other stuff you do, you've just got to build up
Yeah.
and build up and build up. Do you think Edwards and Crofty
No.
did this?
No, no, but
because
no.
in them days they didn't have all this.
Edwards started as a driver, didn't he? And then transferred over to Eurosport. So he has been doing Formula One a very long time.
I was joking there about their ages.
Yeah, they're actually quite old though. Crofty is 50, I think now, and Ben Edwards is closer to 60.
But there are some young guns that are coming in,
Mm.
and they're getting gigs on things like Formula E and things like that as the guest commentator and things like that. And that's where you try people out, and that's the way forward.
So that's why I'm so excited, because it's not leaving in the room at the top with Sky, because I don't think Crofty's leaving, but it just moves the ladder up one, and it moves everybody along. So it's very exciting when one of the jobs comes available, because then it just moves.
But we don't
everyone
actually
around.
know where Mr. Edwards is going.
I honestly have been thinking, are they going to switch him with Addison at British Touring Cars? So David Addison will go over to Channel 4 to the highlights. Ben returns to the touring
I
cars.
mean, it used to be that there used to be 3, maybe 4 commentators for motorsport.
yeah.
Murray was the best, and
Raymond Baxter would be another.
Raymond Baxter, yeah.
Jackie Stewart, the third.
What's his name?
I know who you mean for the
He
fourth.
used to
Yeah.
present Grandstand, yeah.
Oh, Barry Gill.
But the thing is
Yeah.
that in them days, that was because there was only 2 channels.
Yeah. And so one of them was
Right.
always at somewhere around the circuit.
But literally, there is now over 100 people commentating on motorsport
All the way around, yeah.
in this country, from British touring cars to Ginettas.
British GT.
They've all got
yeah.
different commentators.
So it's a
largely.
wide opportunity as well.
Yeah, and then there's the motorbikes and the things like British superbikes and things like that. And whereas in the old days, the commentators used to, the BBC used to go, right, we've got
Yeah.
bus racing at Kettering this week, so get down there, Murray.
Yeah, off you go. And you go down there. I think I was watching a couple of days ago.
It's one of the
actually, Murray's
coolest
thing,
things.
yeah.
London Weekend actually recorded it, and
Yeah.
you'll probably find it on YouTube. Right, but when the
That's-
circuit at Kettering first came out, there were literally 7 or 8 modern style London buses racing around the track.
It's fantastic.
And
I've
when
seen
you've
it, yeah.
seen these things squeeze round a corner, trying to overtake
Mm.
each other, and they're battering each other. And if anybody who knows the construction of a double decker bus, right, it's
Yeah.
basically a wood frame with metal panels riveted to it.
Yeah, could easily just.
Until recent years when they put strength into it, right? The old buses were not strong, but they lasted forever because anything went wrong, you just went zoo, 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 zoo with the drill.
Okay.
You zoo, 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 zoo with the drill.
And
Out
round,
came
yeah.
the rivets, right? Off came the panel. You replaced the panel, and that's why the London Route Masters lasted so long.
I think there's a couple on the way back from collecting the car yesterday. You saw some of the old buses as well. You can see the wood coming through them as well. They're all bent out of shape and warped in places, and the glass is sort of half hanging out.
Oh, where's that?
Yeah, just coming back from Birmingham, just outside. Just outside the MOT place, just before, just on the new road they're
Oh,
building.
yeah.
There's 2 behind a gated off area.
Oh wow, yeah, I know. I think I know.
Yeah, because they've
There's one on the way to, and I used to take
they've removed the train line.
I
now.
used to take a young girl to school, Sophie, and to the middle of nowhere, and we used to go past Applebee's, the ice cream people, and she told me the story about the old bus that's there. When they were about 6 or 7, the woman who owned Applebee's, right, the kids had nowhere to play, so she bought this old bus and converted it into
Oh,
a play
brilliant,
area
yeah.
for the kids.
The old buses are incredibly good. I mean, I've seen people in America transfer old school buses into camper vans.
Yeah, and we until recently we had a double-decker bus at the boating lake,
Yes, yeah.
which was
The
a
cafe, yeah. I think it might still be there, but I'm not too sure. I
No,
think
it
has it
it
gone?
got to because of COVID.
Oh, that's a shame.
She didn't have enough money to keep going, and unfortunately the bus is gone. But
Oh, that's a shame.
it won't be gone and gone. It'll be somewhere
Someone will have it.
laid
and-
up
yeah.
somewhere.
That's a
right?
shame.
But it might come back. I don't know.
I always enjoyed that.
I remember from when I was a kid, there was a chicken van there, and it came
Chicken
about
van.
1970, and only
Yeah.
you were still there when you were a little boy.
Was it? Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
Chicken.
the thing was, all the trippers could go there, and you've got the boating lake to have a
Mm.
picnic on, and you can come with your salad and your things like that. And you get a cooked chicken
Yeah.
in a bag,
Ooh.
put in a paper
Oh, I
bag.
remember them.
Yeah,
I can remember them actually. Yeah, how
the spray,
warm hot chicken,
and the
yeah.
smell was fantastic. Oh, you could see all these chickens
Ooh.
on skewers being cooked,
I missed that.
and that was a traditional part as much as the fish and chips there was
Yeah.
at Cleethorpes. It was,
I still remember actually you brought me a full chicken once.
yeah.
And
Megan and Joshua,
Having
you could
ability.
put fish in front of them. You could put chicken in front of them, and they would devour it. Even as little 2 or 3 year olds, they would devour it, and they're very good eaters.
Love
And
it.
now fussy.
I'm not fussy. Megan's fussy.
No, she's not fussy. You're fussy.
I eat
You're
everything.
both fussy.
I eat every. Oh, what do you mean not food?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say I eat everything. I'm the one who had duck pizza and the liver and that lot.
Well-
When I was in, got to try new things in
Pate.
Spain. That's it.
Liver
And
patty.
what do you call it? Oh hello, insulator tape on the brakes of Kevin Magnussen. Now, why are they covering the brake ducts? That's not very good
yeah,
for
that's
ventilation.
on the other side. It looks like
Yes.
they're covering it and then cutting holes in it.
So,
I think
reducing the ventilation maybe.
yeah.
That's unusual. Bottas is sliding out of turn one, nearly spinning
Is
round.
it because they were expecting this temperature to be a bit higher than it is today?
So the brakes are just too cold, do you think?
To brakes are
Yeah.
cold. Yeah, so they're heating them up a bit.
That's a good idea. Cold brakes on the cold tyres aren't very good for anybody, and Bottas is really struggling out there. I think Pirelli, once again, because this is the 4th race in a row where we've never raced on this track for years, or we've never raced here.
I've never known a season where the heat of the engine causes so many problems.
Yeah.
They used to get it completely right, but since the new aeros have got tighter and tighter to pushing things down, there's less and less air going into the. I mean, we had the situation. Was Sainz that at the last race where
Yes.
they knew on the
Cooked.
grid that he was overheating?
Yeah, it cooked up, didn't
and
it?
they actually cut bits out the rear engine cover.
Yeah, that was Imola, wasn't it? Yeah. And this is Vettel around the fearsome turn 8. Let's have a look at what his speed is. Averaging 222 all the way around that lap. And you can see, look, he's having to hold his neck almost in position. So that's really strong. That's going to be an interesting
Well, that's
one
what
going
these
forward.
things at the side for are lean against.
Yeah. They were talking about making them a bit less secure.
One of them had a problem with his backrest, where his
Oh,
head
yeah. Well, Hamilton had it, didn't he, in Baku? But someone had it last time out.
yeah.
Was it Stroll? I want to say Stroll.
I don't know.
I know that Stroll did hit his mechanic last time out and sent him a bit flying.
It's too early for people, isn't it? Look,
Yes.
We've only had one person.
I can't see how many people are watching either, which is annoying. But it is too early. It's
Nah,
9
it's
o'clock in the
probably
morning.
Is it only 9 o'clock?
It's only 9 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, I've got to go now.
Where are you off? Vettel
Hey.
goes second at 140.755. Where are you off?
I've got to listen to the Archers.
Oh, very nice. Is there a burning down of anything this time?
I don't know.
Leclerc goes third,
The
141.233.
Archers is a radio. I didn't really listen to it,
No.
but I've heard it. I've heard it all my life, And the thing about the Archers is, right? They're like Charity
Yeah.
on not Charity, Chastity Dingle, who's married to the vet, or marrying the vet, right? When she first started on Emmerdale, she was in the Archers.
Yeah.
And you've got Radio Air, Well, it used to be called Radio Air. I
Yeah.
don't know what it's called now. Probably Heart FM Leeds.
Probably Heart FM.
Heart
yeah.
FM West Yorkshire. Anyway, they're next door to Yorkshire Television.
Yeah.
And
Oh, we've been past.
Emmerdale, Emmerdale, on Kirkstall Road.
Yeah.
Right near Kirkstall Abbey in the river. And opposite the Woodyard. And she was in the Archers, and all she would do is like that microphone over there that you've got there
Which can't get it
for
into
your
shot.
for your podcast.
Can we get it into shot? I'm trying. If I bring. Ah, there we go.
Right, like that microphone there. She would just go into Radio Air with the scripts, contact with a link up to BBC West Midlands,
Yeah.
where the Archers is done,
And just do the voiceover into it, yeah.
and just do the voices, the commentary, the lines into her, into the microphone. The
And-
director at
yeah.
the other end would say, "Yeah, that's fine, thanks."
Game over.
Right,
All good.
do months at a time, in one go, and then they'd split all the actors together.
And then you go, yeah. It's incredibly easy to do a voiceover for Archers, and that's why radio shows are quite popular.
It's so you can actually you can do things. You can be in the Archers and do other things. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because she was famously always on Emmerdale at the same time. But in the old days, I mean, back to my favourites like, the Navy Lark
Yeah.
and then Tony Hancock and that, they would all have one of those microphones each, or share one, and a script in front of them, and they would stand up. The people would do the
Sound effects. all
sound
the way around,
effects.
yeah.
and you just read your lines. Like, I don't care. I don't care. It's the principle of the thing. But there are thousands of people who don't. And there are thousands of people who do. Hang on a minute. I forgot what we're arguing about. It's because you got upset because you found out I was an OBE in the New Year's Honours List. A New Year's Honours List? You're an OBE? You were ordered out of the British Empire. That's not quite correct, actually. But I can usually recite it absolutely perfectly. Tony Hancock.
It's early.
Absolutely brilliant.
It is early in the UK here, just gone 9:03. So much so I haven't had breakfast. I came straight on there. Hamilton being strapped in. They've just changed something on the back of his engine at the moment.
Well, they can whistle for their salvage in future.
Oh, right. Yeah, and Andrew's already standing by with, I think, the fan and the monitor. Just 26 minutes remain of this first practice session. It hasn't been very exciting, and it's starting to make me think...
Then all of a sudden, Kenny
Hang on.
Williams they'd go through all this big rant, and then all of a sudden they'd go, "What do you think?" And you go, "Good evening."
Grosjean's gone off the track at turn 1 as well, and he's on the C2. Yellow, and that's
Yeah, the back to
McLaren.
Formula One. We've got a McLaren parked up there.
I think it's Carlos Sainz.
We remember we had a overheating problem or something.
Yeah.
They were saying it's smoking brakes from here.
So Carlos Sainz stopping on the track. This might cause a virtual safety car, and it has. So virtual safety car deployed as Sainz on the radio. Engine power steering.
And it sounds
That's-
like hydraulics.
Yeah, so it's a hydraulic issue. So engine problem and power
Yeah.
steering is gone. So virtual safety car has been deployed.
And the brakes have stopped smoking, which is good.
So now VSC, they'll all have to go around at controlled pace, which is good. At least we don't have a red flag. And this should be easily pushed back.
They're looking at the data screen there.
I wonder what they're actually looking at, because they were having problems with it, as you say earlier on, and they thought they'd fixed it. So I wonder what the actual problem for Carlos Sainz is. I know he says engine power, but as you say, hydraulics, but I can't see any fluid.
No, there's no smoke coming up at all now. We saw whispers.
Yeah, there's
when
something
pulled
when he
up.
stopped, yeah.
And if you look at what is interesting there is if you look at the tyres, the left hand tyre, his right hand tyre,
Yeah.
has got pretty much a bad edge to it, but the left one, it's
Yeah.
2 or 3 inches of very worn tyre.
Carlos Sainz been told to remember to turn the car fully off, and he's really being told off, isn't he? Carlos Sainz been really told off on the headset there over his team radio, and saying, pull off now, find a safe place, don't forget to turn the car fully off, and get the car out.
Don't go out.
I know.
Something is the latest thing is that when we finish lockdown, they don't care what tier you're in. We're going to give you free meals, well, half price.
I know, it's
Anyway,
ridiculous.
and my girlfriend has said that I can do this.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? All this.
Go to bed, go to work, go to work,
Can-
go to bed.
Can
go to bed,
anybody
go to
actually
work.
give us a straight answer as to what's going on right now? So Carlos Sainz, look,
Yes, I can, Prime
hang
Minister.
on, that guy's not wearing a mask. Now that
No.
he'll get done for that because all marshals must wear masks. Now look, he's breathing all over the car, and he's not wearing gloves either. And he's oh my God, my man, you are insane. You've got a car.
No,
with,
he's just an old Turkish guy that's doing his best, and
yeah, but he's going to get probably thrown out now because where was his gloves? Because the car could have been electrified. He was pushing the electric switch, so he could have been shocked, and he wasn't wearing the mask to stop things getting on the car.
he looked just like a typical
Yeah,
Turkish
yeah.
old guy that's been there 30 years, done this, done that.
Oh,
And he's just enthusiastic.
Yeah.
But, it's
Safety,
not
yeah.
his fault that he hasn't got these stuff.
yeah.
Right? It should have been provided.
should have been
and
provided,
It should
yeah.
have been made to wear it.
So that has got to be looked into because that's not a great look, is it, for F1? I'm sure half of McLaren
Well,
are now
that's
worried.
Angie.
Yeah, Angie's standing there waiting by. There she is, just on the front of the car. I don't know why she's always standing there. I think it must be just to give Lewis a pep talk if he needs it.
No, she get anything he needs and
Yeah.
things like that. And she has a job. She has a job within the team, doesn't she? She gives the okay, doesn't she?
Yeah.
That the driver's okay to do the next bit, and she passes on stuff from the guys around him to him.
And you can see, and now we've got green again. The track is clear. They've removed Carlos Sainz's car from the track, and it's
And
onto
she
the
does
flatbed track.
so many important things
Yeah,
that she's just like his mother.
basically, that's what he says. Yeah,
Because
that's
I
what he
mean,
said, yeah.
where would you, Josh, be without that shirt this morning?
Well, actually,
Those
I got
trousers.
that from the top of the bunk, so that was
Oh,
already
yeah.
there. But
Well,
everything else,
but-
yeah,
yeah,
Just-
but-
everything else, t-shirt,
So she
trousers, yeah.
previously ironed that.
previously. Yeah. Thank you. I'm in a rush.
And who ran your bath?
Well, I was in a rush. I had to upload the video from the preview show, and blame Megan. She was the one who was in the shower first.
She's going to school.
I know. This is what it means. About we're 2 hours early because we should have been going on in here in another 45 minutes or so. But everything's 2 hours earlier, and it has really thrown everybody out. I'm not looking forward to Sunday, where it's a 9:30 on air time and a 10:10 lights out time, and I've got to do all the filming beforehand. So it's going to be a very long night Saturday, getting everything ready for Sunday.
Boring.
It is. Don't know when I'm going to have breakfast.
Have yours.
Very nice. I'm going in the box in a second to have it, so I don't know. Just tell us
But
that.
hopefully your mum will find some proper eggs.
Yeah, that's a point.
Exactly.
Can't have any eggs. Salmonella. Here's somebody who
You're exaggerating.
Here's somebody who's had eggs this
No, you're
morning.
It's official.
Lando Norris, whose 21st birthday it is today.
12th.
12th, according to David Croft, who
Crofty turned the balloons around.
moved the balloons around. But yeah, well done to Lando.
On
Happy
a
birthday.
serious thing is, I remember when he was about 13 or 14 in Ginettas, and you could hardly see him.
Yeah.
There's just his steering wheel with a little head.
Yeah, Lando was very small, wasn't he?
Yeah,
in Ginetta. He was racing against Sophia Flörsch as well, and to have a very good relationship of friendship off track. As Lando
What
at
are
the
you
moment.
saying?
No, nothing like that. I don't think Lando's in a relationship
She'd
at the
kill him.
moment. She probably would. On track as well. She beat him half the time. I can remember them two going side by side at Thruxton, and Sophia was the one ramming him off the track so she could have the lead.
Yeah,
and
but
she won,
anybody
actually,
who
yeah,
watches
at
Top Gear
Thruxton.
know what German female drivers can be like, racing drivers.
Sabine,
Sabine is a beast.
the master of the
Beautiful
Nürburgring.
but a beast.
The master of the Nürburgring was Sabine.
She just
Schmitz.
loves it. She is so wacky, Sabine.
She went on this series, unfortunately, because she was.
COVID.
Yeah. So they got Heinz Howard
She's
Frentzen
still on
in.
her own series of Top Gear.
Yeah, in their own series, yeah, she was on. But they got Heinz Howard Frentzen in for the Britain versus Germany segment they did a couple of episodes ago. Albon jumps up to 5th place, 1:41.412. So times are nowhere near as fast as we've seen here before. So we've raced here in V10s as well. So
Joshua has a book out for Christmas. It's Joshua's Jokes.
do I?
Yeah, it's 1 page of one joke.
I didn't know I had a joke book.
I didn't know you had a joke.
I didn't know that either. Oh, we got for an ad break on Sky, so we'll stay on air.
didn't know you had a joke. Tell a joke, Josh.
I don't know. I can't think of any jokes.
No,
I've got
no.
to think of this.
Are
That's
you-
what you're here for.
Yeah, no. When he's in his room,
Magnus
doing
is up to
things,
13th place.
and Megan's in her room doing
Oh,
her
hang on.
schoolwork.
We think we've gone
Hmm.
off. Something's gone wrong. I think we're back now. Gone.
I like to come out the bathroom and tell them a joke to make them laugh light-heartedly.
Sorry, I think we've got a problem with our stream.
I better be going out. This is important.
I think we are. I'm just trying to have a look to see if we are. But sorry if we are lagging behind anywhere we are. I'm just trying to check now to
If
see if
you
we're
feel
okay.
we're lagging behind anywhere, write to this address. Anyone but us, BBC Television Centre, London W1A, 4WW, and strike out the
Don't know what on earth you're saying,
BBC.
but
and put ITV.
sorry, we're just having a look.
BBC Television Centre in London, opposite the Westway,
Yeah.
is now ITV. Because they had to move out the tower.
Just having a look to see if we're. I think we are still on air. We're just 9 seconds back. So apologies if we have to look at this to look back to make sure we're still on air.
But
But
9 seconds back, I told the answer to the
yeah.
joke.
We're on air.
But I haven't told the joke yet.
No, we're on air. We're all good. We're all good. We're still
Or
on
are
air.
we back to normal?
I hope so, but
Do you mean that we went like this?
it's you doing that. Stop it. It's you moving around. It's blowing the camera.
I'm
Well,
very
fine.
sorry, Joshua.
And we're on air. So, yeah. So we've had a problem.
Joshua, what? Yes, Joshua. What am I supposed to do with my hands? I don't know. Yes, I know.
So Verstappen's on top at 137.151 from Vettel second at 137.159. So there's only 8 thousandths between them two. And Vettel at the moment setting a very fast second time. Hello. Gasly's just gone into the third.
By the look of that, Vettel has 2 engines in.
Yeah. To go 8 thousandths off a Red Bull. Gasly's just gone third though. 137.780. That's not bad at all actually from Gasly. Fastest third sector time for anyone at 26.254.
The worrying thing is, it's becoming this. There is nothing for a lot of them to fight
Yeah.
for this year at this race and in the next 3.
Because Hamilton only needs 7 more points
And the
Or 8.
construction title.
wrapped
The
up.
race,
Yeah.
virtually, this is a race for 3rd and 4th place
Yeah.
in the championship.
Renault, McLaren, and Racing Point all separated by 1 point in the Constructors' Championship.
Congratulations to Scotland, who qualified for their first football championship last night.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, they did it the usual Scottish way. They were in the lead, and in the last minute or injury time, they conceded a goal where it went to
Ah,
extra
right, of
time and
course.
then penalties. David Thingy, who used to be Hull's goalkeeper,
Yeah.
saved the penalty for Mitrovic, who plays for Fulham. So Uncle Andrew will be a bit upset.
Oh, dear. Oh, well, that's an interesting one then. Well done, Scotland.
Well done, Scotland.
Hamilton, by the way, down in 18th place in this session, a 153.678. Hamilton, as we saw last time out at Imola and the previous race in Portugal, he never goes well in the first practice session.
And also, last night, England played a friendly against the Republic of Ireland.
Yeah, did they? Oh, what was the score?
3-0,
To
England.
very nice. Was
Yeah,
there any
'cause
doubts?
basically, it was the lads that are pushing for a thing, pushing for a place in the first team, playing against the Republic of Ireland, and we beat them 3-0. But at half time, Nick Pope, Burnley's goalkeeper, went off,
Oh dear.
and Manchester United's former Grimsby Town goalkeeper, Dean Henderson, came on for his full England debut.
Oh wow.
Just a week after he'd done his debut for Manchester United in the Champions League,
He joined the team.
he became a full England international for the full England debut.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so Dean Henderson, his grandma lives in Carr Lane, which is near your Uncle Keith
Yeah.
and your cousin Becky and that. He used to
Verstappen's-
live with her when he was at Grimsby.
Verstappen's locked up on the inside into turn number 1, and you could see how the brake disc was actually glowing way before he hit the brakes. So Red Bull struggling with overheating brakes, which is unusual, but considering the fact that we've seen many other teams this morning suffering with cold brakes. Red Bull's front left seems to be heating up a lot, which
Yeah,
is unusual.
But
We'll
Dean,
keep an eye.
Getting back to Dean, right? Dean has spent the last 3 years getting Sheffield United, being the goalkeeper at Sheffield United on loan from Manchester United, and getting them into the Premiership, along with Leeds this year.
Vettel's top. 135,
There's got to be
620.
two engines. They see, this is fantastic by Vettel. It's saying Leclerc's top there.
Yeah, I wonder why.
He's doing
oh,
two
it is top.
purple,
It is.
so-
It is Leclerc.
Yeah, Leclerc's just done 2 purple sectors in
One-
sectors 1 and 2.
135,
Then done a-
507.
Yeah, and then done a 26.125 in the 3rd sector. Right, he's 21 laps on that tyre.
Verstappen, I think, is
Sorry,
looking quicker.
21 laps today.
Leclerc top from Vettel, Gasly, the top 3. So Ferrari 1-2 in Turkey. If that stays the way, they're going to be jumping up and down at Maranello.
Yeah, do you reckon it's because the undulate on the way Tilke's
Yeah.
circuit is very up and down? It's
I'd be very surprised if that was actually the case.
you're actually the problem. One of the problems with the Ferrari has been the downforce, and this is a circuit when you get good because of the ups and downs.
Yeah.
You get a lot of downforce and then lose it, and then a lot of downforce and then lose it, and it's on.
He set the fastest first sector time as well, 35.3539. But
How much fuel have they got in that?
yeah, must
You
be
know,
running on-
it's
he's
gotta-
crawling now, isn't he? So he's running on low.
Yeah, it's a 1 lap to get the top of the time sheets, but a good, massive good thing for Ferrari, a 1-2 at the moment with 12 minutes to go.
I'll tell you what, though, if they do actually somehow manage to get even a
Well, they
podium
have
or
been
win this weekend,
They have been improving things
Yeah,
recently.
but as I'm saying,
But-
if they manage to get a win here this weekend, they would want Turkey back on the calendar every single year.
They also know, though, that practice 1 is where the likes of Red Bull and Mercedes and the Pink Mercs,
Yeah,
which seems to be their official name now, the Pink Mercs.
everyone's calling him, isn't it?
Yeah,
The Racing
everybody's saying
Points.
Pink Mercs.
Won't be
Anyway,
the same next year, though.
yeah, right. They are doing their own thing, whereas it looks like Ferrari have gone out there
Yeah.
specifically to top the chart, which is a good thing because at least it shows they can do it.
And when did we talk about Hamilton being in 14th place at the moment? Not going well
And
this
have
morning.
you seen a circuit that's got as many bridges as this?
No,
There's
Hamilton's just
the
gone 8th.
DHL Humber Bridge. Have you seen that?
I have on the back
Yeah.
of turn 8. Hamilton goes P8 now on a 1:42.25. Bottas has gone 6th
There's
at
5 or 6
1:37.
bridges over this circuit.
Yeah. Now Lando Norris crossed the line, 11th at the moment, and goes 8th, displaces Hamilton as top Brit, 1:39.158. I know Albon's technically 5th place as well, but he races under the tyre flag, so it's actually Albon top. Then the top Brit, who races under the British licence, is Norris, Hamilton, and Russell's down in 20th at the moment. Raikkonen, what's he
Yeah,
done?
because his mum and dad, we've said this a lot, his mum and dad are from Thailand and he gets a lot of support from Thailand.
Yeah.
And he's heritage. So he races under the Thai flag.
Raikkonen remembered to go the other side of the bollard
Yeah.
and goes back onto the track across the green. This place as well has hosted MotoGP before, but MotoGP have actually listed this race as a possible backup if they need it.
But
Going
Alex
forward.
Alex is the poshest sounding Brit on the field.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it, would you? Alex Albon is completely British, down to everything. And we've got another problem with the CPU, unfortunately. I think we're back now. Okay, we glitched out. Yeah, we're glitching left, right, and centre at the moment, which is unfortunate. But the CPU is at 83%. That's not good at all. Sainz's car has been brought back in the back of a pickup truck, which is better than nothing, I suppose. But if we do go off here, we'll fix it for FP2. But 10 minutes to go the session, so plenty of time to relax. Not enough time though for Carlos Sainz to get ready for FP2.
9 minutes 45 seconds to go in this practice one, which is we always described this as been where everybody tests things out.
Yeah.
That's why we had a Ferrari wing change, and that seems to have worked with Vettel.
It has, yeah, they're fastest, but they're on the hard tyre as well, which is surprising me. It does give me the idea how much fuel they actually on, because they've topped this session on hard tyres.
I must say that
Oh, it's raining.
really, I was
According
expecting it.
to the monitor, it started raining. If you look down the timing screen, it says raining trackside.
Yeah, must be on the far side of the circuit because it doesn't look raining there.
No, and
Clear blue skies there.
clear blue skies at one side, but according to the monitor that in the commentary box, it says raining trackside. So this is Hamilton through turn 8. Can't see anything at the moment. Look at the monitor. Look there, raining trackside.
Yeah, it does say that.
Hamilton being told to box at the end of this lap.
You
No grip, pointless doing a start.
yeah, because of the fact that the rain has cooled the track.
I can't see any. That's the thing. It is raining, apparently, but,
yeah,
I
it's
can't see it.
It's probably that very
Fine
fine
rain,
that
yeah.
The camera. Let's just look at the.
There's a bit of spray, isn't there? The back half of turn 12. But they're on slicks. They would have been slipping. So, where is the rain then?
I think you better start talking because I think they're all coming in.
Yeah, they're all coming into the pit lane, I think. Bottas is going to complete the lap time. And let's see. Well, Bottas set the fastest second sector for personal best.
It must be one cloud.
It must be one cloud, and it's just raining on one Marshall.
Well, we didn't set up a weather tracker because we didn't think we'd need it.
No, the rain was predicted for tomorrow and going into Sunday as well. I can't see anything at the back. That's really bizarre that it's saying that there's rain trackside. Track temperatures are 22 degrees, so it's risen 4 since we came on air. Air temperature's at 16. That's dropped 1. But I can't see anything else. But Alexander Albon sliding out of turn 13 into 14 and set the fastest second sector time of anyone. Albon could go top here and does. 1:35.318. Albon
Alex.
fastest.
Alex has spoiled the Ferrari thing. And it's the pink Merc.
Yep, Stroll 12th.
Stroll's just done his normal. He's not gonna beat this.
Albon is now fastest by a tenth and a bit. Stroll into the last corner. Is he going to have anything to push? And we've got a yellow on the track. Someone's off somewhere. And Stroll goes 11th at 1:39.890. You're right with what you were saying. But someone's off, and I
You
can't
only
see
leave
where.
a small bit of moisture on a newly laid tarmac
Yeah.
to make it very slippery. I mean, you see
Bottas, I think, at 10:10.
You know, they're coming around that corner, and the velocity of the rear wheels,
Yeah.
there's no grip, so they're actually
Sliding.
sliding
Yeah.
a little tiny bit on braking.
Yellow flag has come in. I think it was Valtteri Bottas, just saw him off at turn
Let's have a
8-9.
look what Valtteri did.
Oh, he's lost it.
Oh, he's gone rallying.
And that must be where it's raining at that part of the track, because he
Excuse
just
me,
caught
sir,
it.
you're facing the wrong way. Will you please turn around and go back down the carriageway in the right way?
I think I hope he remembers to cut back across the track, go around the bollard, otherwise I'll get a fine for that. Because look, it just comes through and bang. And Verstappen being told to maintain track maintenance as well.
But to do that,
Yep.
right,
Oh, we're
you can
frozen
only-
again. Sorry about that, everybody.
you can only do a donut there
Yeah.
because if you go even a couple of centimetres
Yeah.
the wrong way round that track, you can get a really big fine.
Yeah. You've got to be careful.
So you've got to. They will accept a donut
Probably.
when you're facing the wrong way.
I think they'll
and
accept
there's
donuts
cars
there,
heading
yeah.
towards
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Donut it round and get out of there as quickly as possible. You're absolutely right with that.
I mean, we did have an incident with Max, didn't we, a bit ago,
Yes.
where he was facing the wrong way and he did the wrong thing.
I think we're okay now at the moment. 10%.
Joshua was
Okay.
looking at his timing, not a timing screen, but
The stats for
the
the stream.
stats at the top for this.
So hopefully we're all okay with that. I can just put it in full screen somehow.
So yeah, I've just got to have my mid-morning nap.
There we go.
And
Oops.
I'm bright again. Good morning.
Yeah, we're frozen again at the moment, so we're back now. So don't know what's happening there,
I'm
but
not having
5 minutes
another
to go.
breakfast.
5 minutes to go of the session coming up.
Not having another breakfast when it's early.
I haven't had breakfast yet. I'm going to have breakfast straight
What do you
away.
want? Cornflakes? Yeah.
Time is
Okay.
at 9:25.
Milk, sugar?
Don't need
No, I
time.
have that light sugar stuff because I'm a diabetic.
5 minutes to go.
Okay.
Here comes Albon. And he's coming into the pit lane, I think, Albon, because he set a slow first sector time.
Not really true, you know.
I knew you were going. I wasn't listening.
Let's go back to your mum. Your mum does everything for us.
I wasn't going back. I wasn't listening. Here comes Lando Norris, 9th at the moment, coming up towards the line. Is he going to improve up the order? Latifi goes 15th, 141.614. Norris 7th.
If you look at that shot,
Yeah.
right, you see how high part of the track is.
That's
'Cause
what,
you've
yeah.
got, it's a really steep hill, and you know it's about 10, 3 or 4.
And this is the uphill part.
There we go.
Oh, and that's 8 and 9. And Grosjean's going a little bit off. That part of the track seems to be catching out everybody at the moment. And it looks a bit dodgy, doesn't it?
Sometimes if you think that we don't say anything or
There's nothing happening.
it's sometimes because Max Verstappen is in our ears.
Yeah, Verstappen, we get a lot of... If we sometimes just stop talking mid-sentence because there's
Max
a radio.
was just in our ears when we were saying things.
Yeah, so we heard the team radio from the F1 app and we relay it back to you. because we can't broadcast anything official. So we have to relay it back. Vettel's in the pit lane, Grosjean's to the line. It's heating up in the last 10 minutes, this is what I'm saying. Reduce the practice time. Give them 2 hours on a Friday and then 1 hour on a Saturday.
It must have been. I can't see clouds that
No,
would
I can't.
give rain.
So it must have been a computer glitch because it's sunshine now.
No, they were sliding. They were definitely.
They were sliding around, yeah. So there must have been some sort of moisture, and they're still sliding out, coming out the back half of the track.
It's probably just one little cloud.
And it's just fine
I suppose
rain.
you get that in the hot areas like tight Turkey.
Someone was swearing on the radio there. That was Danny Ricciardo, who's not happy with his lap. He's down in 19th place at the moment, Ricciardo.
I mean, look at that weather. That's the type of weather that in Britain on a good day you go. You're going to the beach. I don't want it. It's windy. No, you're going to the beach.
Yeah, that's where it would be. Yellow's out on the
But the
circuit.
tide's in. I don't know. Enjoy yourself.
Yellow's out on the circuit. And
Getting that tide, enjoy yourself.
Kvyat spun at turn 12 on the entrance to 13. He stopped on the monitor. So he's got to get out of the way soon, isn't he? Has he got going? I think so. We're about to see Verstappen approach that sector. There's the yellow flag beacons. And this is going to spoil his lap, but he's gone green now. So now Verstappen can really go side by side with one of the Renaults. I think that's Ricciardo, isn't it? It is. His former teammate, and it's really spoiled his lap. So Verstappen not going to go fastest here.
But this is practice.
And Kvyat's just gone, bugger it.
You know, I think someone should have a word, right? You shouldn't be doing that in practice one. You just heard Christian go, come on. Because that's not on.
That was
right?
that was
no need for that.
That was Verstappen sort of going. Well, he did that back in Portugal, didn't he? And he hit Stroll.
Well, in 2 hours' time, you've got another session.
Yeah.
Less than 2 hours' time, you got another session. You could have wiped out both cars there.
And not
for
gone
what?
out, yeah. This is Kvyat having a spin just on turn in.
It's slippery. You know, you've got to be sensible about these things. You can't actually just go for hell for leather. There's no point.
Yellow, third sector again. It's Latifi, I think. No, it's Leclerc. I think it's Leclerc at turn 12.
It is Leclerc.
Giovinazzi's out of the way. We've got green out. So now they're all starting to push in the last few seconds of the first practice.
And it's slippery.
Yeah, and everyone's now finding out, oh, hello, we've been here for 90 minutes, and there's the rain, look.
Yeah, you can actually see the rain on the surface there now.
Yeah, so it's raining now.
And that's going to cool the tyres for the rest of the track.
And Verstappen's doing it again! Verstappen side by side trying to pass Giovinazzi, and he ran off the track.
Yeah.
So
this is practice one, kid, not a race.
Yeah, Verstappen, I think, needs to be told now, calm down, because he nearly just wiped out.
What? He's enjoying himself, though.
Yeah.
You can see that.
He's having fun, but it's been dangerous. He's not going to go fastest now.
He's got to get the wrath
of
Christian.
Okay, he was 2/10 faster despite going off the track and passing Giovinazzi. 1:35.077 then for Verstappen. But this is the part of the track it's raining then at turn 8 and 9 on the run up to turn 10 and 11. And look, he went all four wheels off the track. Verstappen will lose that lap time for sure. Back to you.
Also, you know, he did a 1:35, but we're expecting a 1:31 for 1:32.
Yeah.
For the qualifying.
So it's nowhere near what we're thinking.
No.
Checkered flag coming out in 8 seconds' time. As this is Latifi having a problem in the back half of the track. So, he's spun as well at the exit 13. As the checkered flag comes out, the session is over.
Of course, when you do that, you ruin the tyres.
Yeah, so he's lost any future lap time. So we've had an hour and a half basically of boredom, and it only came exciting in the last 5 minutes.
Boredom? I was really excited.
You were. But no, it was the last 5 minutes that everything just sort of exploded and went, thank you very much, I'll take that.
I've been reading your new Christmas joke book.
Oh, dear.
And that's a good joke.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, just once.
It's available in stores. Don't know where.
Yeah.
Probably Amazon.
Possibly in the poultry cabinet.
Pound shop. Latifi's gone 10th fastest.
A pound.
Like 50p then.
It's not worth 50p.
All right, then.
You should pay them for this bit of milk.
Okay, what we got? Latifi's in P10. Latifi has gone 10th, or 1:38.508 as the session is over. So I think they've got to do their practice starts on the grid. Verstappen on the radio there saying, because he got compromised on the lap, and Giovinazzi saying, well, what do you want me to do there?
I'm going to tell you a joke that's in your book.
Oh dear.
The only page in your book with the only joke. About the hedgehogs. Why did the hedgehog cross the road? Because he saw his flatmate.
Oh, for goodness sake.
He hadn't really got a book out. Just
That's a very
Finally.
good joke.
it's a very old joke.
You're going to get Peter on us at one point.
God, I mean,
Mikado only
what's
manages it.
it? What, come on, it's coming up to Christmas, so all the little cracker jokes are coming out.
We've got. I think we've just got the last one with jokes. Every now and then it's got poems.
What's at the bottom of the sea and shivers? A nervous wreck.
Very funny. Ricardo's gone 18th fastest, and his teammate Ocon has just gone into P10. So that has actually confirmed the results of practice 1. The times on your screen there are the actual results. It's Verstappen, Albon, Leclerc, Gasly, Vettel top 5, Kvyat, Norris, Giovinazzi, Bottas, and Ocon top 10. Latifi, Perez, Stroll, Grosjean, Hamilton, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Sainz stopping on the track, and Russell in 20th place. So a lot of action after a sort of a delayed start, really, with that red flag for the bollard. And we've got a yellow out again. Sector 2. What's happened now? As they're all coming to the grid then. Latifi, that was a pretty fun session. Drift City out there. It is, isn't it? It's drifting.
Yeah, it's because the oil is coming out of the new track. There was a little bit of rain, and like you could see it enhanced Verstappen's job.
And Verstappen fastest from Albon. Red Bull 1-2.
He was having fun.
Ferrari 3rd. AlphaTauri 4th. Ferrari 5th.
Scared the living daylights out of Christian though.
Oh, completely, yeah.
And me.
And me.
That car's got to go a long way over this next 3 days.
And let's just have another look at what Verstappen was up to. And this is into turn 8 and 9. Verstappen spun on his in-lap. On his in-lap, Verstappen spun. And he spun again. He tried to donut it round and he spun again.
And that was in the same place that the Ferrari did a few
minutes ago, turn 9.
Turn 9.
And that's where it's been raining as well, apparently.
And that's after turn 8 when their heads are on the side.
Yeah, and he turned it, yeah.
So is it a bit of vertigo?
Possibly, yeah. Because look, he tries to do it again and spins around again. So the oil on the track is really starting to affect everything.
Christian looks really concerned.
Yeah, and I don't think you're going to get a very good launch here.
Yeah,
I think they've got to rubber her in.
We understand that Christian is really concerned that Spice Girls the movie will be shown this year.
Probably a Christmas movie, isn't it?
It usually is.
Yes, it's probably on in the house. So the track now looks damp, but it's because it's a brand new surface and it's extremely oily out there. And they've all got to get ready on the track to get going on the session as well. So we've got somebody else coming in the commentary box now, but can't go. She'll just stay there. We'll wrap up in a few minutes' time so she can stand there for a few seconds. Don't think it's anything important, though, otherwise she would have been... No, it's not. She would have been running in as well.
Can we show me?
So, no, we're on here. So, we'll finish off. Everyone's doing the practice start. Joe Bauer's watching on as well, just having his keen eye on everything. And I think the problem is we've got the electronics on the circuit as well. It's really starting to play the factor on the circuit because they've all just laid grip on the front line, but it's going to be the oil on the circuit playing up with the electronics for the start, is what I wanted to say before I got distracted. What's Bottas done? Has he gone for a spin at one? Oh, he's gone straight on. And did he hit the gravel? No, he just turned off in time.
No, that's such a big runoff here that you can actually control the car and
get it back
not
on.
hit that gravel. I've not seen anybody hit that gravel.
He got extremely close there, didn't he?
Is it gravel?
I think it is gravel, yeah. I think there's a little bit of sand runoff that looks the same as the tarmac and the gravel. So it's Verstappen fastest from Albon second and Leclerc third. Red Bull 1-2 for the first time this year, and Leclerc goes into third. So a new top three, and I think it's the first time that's been in the running order. That's followed by Gasly, Vettel, Kvyat, Norris, Giovinazzi, Bottas, and Ocon. Bottas, 2.552 seconds off Mercedes' own best time around this track as well. They have raced here before. Lando Norris 7th on his 21st birthday. Drop further down. We see Nicholas Latifi in 11th place at 138.508. Sergio Perez is 12th. Lance Stroll 13th. Romain Grosjean is 14th. 15th for Lewis Hamilton. We've seen him do that before, though, in the first practice. He'll get better later on.
They're only doing their own thing.
Yeah. Then we get Raikkonen 16th. Magnussen 17th. Ricciardo 18th. Sainz 19th. And Russell in 20th place as well. So that was the first practice session for the Turkish Grand Prix. What did you make of it?
Until it started raining, it was pretty much boring.
Yeah, it was usual procedure.
Usual procedure because they're doing their own thing, and then it's important practice one.
Well, I got that.
Much of a
Yeah.
Not much of a
Yeah, wasn't much of a first
spectacle.
session. So we're back at 11:50 UK time for the second practice session. Practice 3 tomorrow at 8:50. Megan Bird joins me for that. Qualifying is at
she's not happy
11:45.
about that.
No, she's not. She's not happy. Qualifying at 11:45. Our programme on Sunday starts at 9:30 a.m. 10 o'clock we'll be up in the commentary box with lights out at 10:10 as Lewis Hamilton goes for a 7th world title. The first practice session concludes. Red Bull 1-2. We'll be back at 11:50. Bye for now.
Bye.